evening, YouTube. How's it going? RetroNatics back again. And tonight, we saw Solo, a Star Wars story. Spoilers ahead, because of course we're going to talk all about it. So here's your warning in 3, 2, 1. You okay? You've been warned, and we're going to proceed. Dude, I'm going to let you kick it off, because I've already expressed myself to you. Me, personally, I hated this movie. I thought it sucked.
We're already on the fence about it. I know that we did another video review about it and stuff. If you were a Star Wars fan previously, and maybe you've been disappointed a few times, if you walk in with no expectations of the movie, be a little bit entertained. It's an action movie with some Star Wars characters in it. That's pretty much what it is.
So kind of what you said there almost echoes what Woody Harrelson says in the movie.
Let me give you some advice. Assume everyone will betray you, and you will never be disappointed.
Expect the movie to disappoint you, and you will not be disappointed. That's what I gotta say about it.
It would have done fine if they just did like a, hey, here's something nice that you can watch on Netflix.
The acting is not the best. I mean, yeah, they've got some decent actors in there. Donald Glover. I mean, I guess it's Lando Calrissian, but it was, I don't know. I just wasn't completely sold on it. The actor they chose for Han Solo, that to me I thought was a terrible choice. There was nothing I saw in the character that resembled Han Solo. And when we meet him in A New Hope, he's really just out for himself. He's numero uno. He doesn't care about the rebellion, the fight against the Empire, all that kind of stuff. And yet we see him right here in Solo, a Star Wars story. He's like, I'm going to help you out. We're going to do this together, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's not Han, man. I'm sorry to say. It's not Han Solo.
You know what I was thinking? You mentioned with the Woody Harrelson character, don't trust anyone, don't do this and that. I thought that Han, yeah, like you said, he's a pretty optimistic person in this movie, right? Like he wants to help out people and stuff. But I thought that there was going to be like some sort of arc to where like, yeah, he started out that way, and at the end of the film, he basically learned something from Woody's character. Like, yeah, he's right. I should really not be trustful and just be in it for myself and stuff. But he's still like happy-go-lucky. There's this gig.
Yes.
There's this gig where he's selling Chewbacca.
Yeah, big shot gangster. We're gonna go do this.
I have a good feeling about this.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
And I mean, what you say? Yes, I mean, I agree with you, and then I also disagree. I agree in that. Yeah, I think that's what Disney was aiming for. Like, oh, we're gonna show how Han Solo became this rogue. But the thing is, right in the movie itself, Han Solo's like, I've been running scams on the street since I was 10 years old. Since 10 years old, then you've learned a lot, because you're already like 25 now. You're telling me in the span of all those years you didn't learn that don't trust nobody, everyone will betray you, you need to be out looking only for yourself, all that good. He should have learned that already like years ago. So by this time when we meet him in this movie, he should already be like some kind of hardened type of guy who's pretty street savvy and everything. And instead, like you said, we get freaking SpongeBob SquarePants with a blaster. And don't even get me started on the social justice warrior crap that was in this movie. Oh, God. We got, Leet, the droid.
Yeah. Like, I think I'd mentioned to you earlier was that, like, I guess I didn't really see too many trailers after the first one. But I just saw the robot, like, just part of the crew doing this and that. But I didn't really get to, like, listen to the voice until, like, this movie and stuff. And you said that there was a trailer with the robot talking and stuff. And totally up the butt about like equal rights for robots.
So there's a scene in the movie where Lando Calrissian and the robot are in the cockpit of the Falcon, and Lando's gonna go to the back for something, I don't know. And he's all like, "Hey, can I get you anything?" The droid just without hesitation just goes, "Equal rights," and it's just like it was just such a cringeworthy moment. I was like, "Oh my God!" I even said it out loud in the theater. I was like, "This is so stupid." It was terrible. The robot basically was down for the rights of droids, that's what she wanted, which I don't really understand how some kind of robot, a machine, can have a gender.
Droids are computers, right? They're basically programmed to do one thing. So I don't believe that all of the droids are sentient. You know what I mean? Like there's a scene where she, oh, how brutal, how barbaric that you have like
with
some
the
sort of
restraining bolt,
bolt, and took it off, and the droid was like, now go save your, brothers and sisters or whatever. But it's kind of like, a computer is only like programmed to do one thing. It's not very like, intelligent outside of its instruction. And I can't see how like all of them were like, okay, yeah, let's go. Let's go
Yeah, they
save
started
everyone.
like stepping on the equipment and destroying everything and fighting back and all.
Oh, yeah.
that. It just didn't really make
gong
sense.
droid? The gong droid?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. You know,
There's
like,
a pretty cool meme I saw online that shows Gonk actually, and it says Gonk, a Star Wars story.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And it's just poking fun at Disney that like they're gonna start making movies, Star Wars stories about anything and everything now, which is what it looks like. I mean, let's see if we get a L3, a Star Wars story movie here pretty soon. I mean, God.
Well, you know, like we had mentioned before, there's a scene, spoiler here, right? Like, where Lando, oh my goodness, Lee, you know, like they're all being like liberated. Everyone's like having like a shootout outside and stuff, and he's like, oh, where is she? You know, like, and then like he sees her, like, you know, oh yes, freedom for everyone, and then she gets blasted down. You know?
I was actually glad when I saw her get destroyed. I was like, all right, destroy the droid. I hate that stupid droid.
And then he goes out like, oh my goodness. He goes out like, he tries to lift her up like, you know.
She
and then like
splits in
her
half.
and then he gets blasted in the shoulder like, oh, okay. Like, so he's about to die because he's trying to say like, you know, that they make a joke. She's like, oh, he's really into me. Like, Leap, the droid, is like, I have the same situation. Somebody likes me that I don't like them, and it's Lando, and you know, like she's like kind of like thinking, okay, he's got a thing for me and stuff. We don't know if that was true or not, but like he went out there, saves her, and then like, oh, like it's supposed to be a sad scene where like, you know, like I don't know what's happening to me, and then she like dies.
And she shuts down, and it's like,
And then he's like, no, like those scenes in movies where you know somebody died, but then somebody's like saying their name, like, what, you know, no, are you there? And basically she shut off, and come on, it's a computer. A computer just shut off, you know, and
it was terrible. The only time it was actually made sad was thanks to James Cameron when Terminator 2 at the end of T2 when Schwarzenegger gets lowered into the lava or the molten iron, whatever. That was a touching moment, but it was executed well. This tonight in Solo, it was not done well. It was just like, okay, whatever, next. You know,
so to further that, like they take her brain and then like they hook it up
and they plug her to the Millennium Falcon. So the Millennium Falcon technically is leaked.
Is leaked,
which is terrible. It's like,
which really it only improved the GPS system, right? Like, it's just
maybe
has like a database knowledge and stuff. They really tried to pull like a, you know, like they were grasping for straws with that one and stuff, you know. But
they were trying to do a whole bunch of fan service, you know, like they did a disservice though a lot. How Han meets Chewie, completely different from how we know it. You know, it was. I thought that was pretty poor. Han getting his blaster. I mean, I guess I don't really know the true story of how Han got his blaster. So I mean, hey. Man,
and the dice. The dice was like so overplayed in this movie.
Yes,
you know?
it was. And what was his plan? He was going to put the dice up on any vehicle he got into. He stole that speeder. He was lucky he got back to it, because what if someone has stolen the speeder or something? Then his dice is gone. Well, then it's like, that's kind of stupid.
Exactly.
You know. So yeah, the dice was overplayed. The only thing I saw that was really so cool in the movie that I absolutely loved was there was a war scene in the beginning when Han joins up with Imperials. He goes in, but next thing you know, he's in the war. You never see like his flight training or anything like that. Nothing that could have actually added to the story of how he became such a good pilot. But anyway, he's in this war zone. There's all these things going on. There's TIE fighters blasting away. There's like AT-ST walkers and stuff being dropped in, which we haven't really seen before. They're just dropping them right into battle. It's really cool. The only thing I thought that kind of diminished it, we never really see who they're even fighting or what they're fighting, why they're fighting this battle and stuff. Although the only thing I said was it was probably subjugation of the planet. That's the only thing I can think of.
You know, when you're trying to impersonate like another actor's style and stuff,
yeah,
I guess you can only go so far, and maybe he was trying too hard or whatever it was, you know. But I guess he just wasn't really landing the Solo like feel and stuff, you know.
He was not.
Lando did pretty well though. Like the guy that played Lando, Donald Glover.
Lando did okay. Yeah, Donald Glover. He did all right. I don't think it was perfect, but I mean, I guess it was a bit more in line, at least with the character. This Alden guy, he was not in line. And then the weird thing also was like there was just this random Darth Maul cameo at the end of the movie. So guys, in conclusion, yeah, sorry to say, but Solo: A Star Wars Story sucks. We took the hit on it, really. My wife is the one who actually wanted to see it more than the both of us combined. But even she had a negative against it. She said it was just kind of weird about how they were pushing so many females into the movie. She thought it's okay to have females, but she thought there was just a few too many were in this one. And I told her, I'm like, well, that's just Disney pushing their agenda right there. So that and droid rights. So.
Like, I know that they're trying to diversify with early movies or like prequels or whatever, but like when you actually see the old shows or old movies and stuff, it's kind of like minus a lot of what they were trying to do and stuff.
The thing is, though, just unfortunately, when I was young and I watched the original trilogy, I never thought about that. I never thought about the race. I never thought about the gender. So it was such a good story, such an engrossing story, and such a big universe to get lost in. That, I mean, you could make it all up yourself, whatever you wanted to, and it didn't matter. That stuff, I just never thought about it, and I didn't know anyone else who thought about it either. But now they are simply trying to diversify for the sake of diversifying, and that is extremely bad to do, in my opinion, because if you're going to diversify, fine, but the person you bring in really needs to add something to this universe. Because I already know a lot about the Star Wars universe, and I mean it's diverse already. In a way, the original trilogy was diverse in the sense because you had freaking aliens in it.
Right.
You didn't even have human beings. You had aliens. I mean, you can't really get any more diverse than that. So, I mean, I thought that was cool. And now it's like The Last Jedi. Oh, God. You're going to throw in a Chinese woman in there, you're going to throw in a black guy, you're going to throw in all these types of people simply to say we're diversified. But they don't add nothing to the story at all. They end up doing nothing. Rose Tico. Oh, where would the rebellion be without Rose Tico? In the same place they already were before without her. So it's such a mess right now with Star Wars, and I think I'm done. I'm done with Star Wars, man. I'm sorry to say. I don't even know if I'll make it to episode 9.
I totally forgot what movie we were going to see tonight. You know, like, or maybe I didn't read it. Like,
oh, you thought we were going to see Deadpool?
I was like, all right, let's go. Even though I had the Darth Vader shirt, I was like, all right, let's go see it. Like, oh yeah, Solo. And then I was like, what? I was like, I thought we were going to see Deadpool.
I thought we were going to see Deadpool too. Like, no, dude, we're going to see Solo. Sorry.
But it's kind of like, all right, you know, like.
Alright guys, well y'all have a good night, and we got more reviews coming your way. I know we need to review a very retro movie. We recently saw Tremors in the theater from 1990. We've also seen the newest movie, Rampage, Avengers Infinity War, and I guess we'll probably sometime see real soon Deadpool 2, and what else? I guess that's it. That's out right now, right?
That's it.
Yeah. So I hate to say it, but I really have no desire to see Venom. Alright guys, well y'all take care. I don't know, if you absolutely must go see Solo, A Star Wars Story, don't say that.
Watch it drunk. Watch it drunk.
You have a few drinks, maybe that was my issue. Maybe I should go back and rewatch it, but when I'm totally buzzed.
You're like, that was the greatest movie ever, you know, after a few drinks, you know.
Alright guys, well we'll catch you in the next video, and have a good one.
Alright, have a good one.